but you actually did offer me the ass one time.
Dr. Drew says you could get a prolapsed anus from that shit. Once you hit 80, your ass is like, why'd you have to take it in the pooper that one time? Now you're gonna have to carry me around with you all day.
Welcome to the show!
Horns up, metalheads. Time for another edition of Rock and Metal Revival. Another week has passed, and we are back to kick your ass.
Yeah. Well, hopefully
I stole that from Hairball John.
You did. Man, you're going to have to...
I'm going to have to pay him royalties for that, aren't I?
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get a hold of Steve Reamer and find out if that's true. If your asshole starts talking to you at 80, why'd you have to take it in Cooper song?
Yeah, if you have to carry it around with you, what do you use?
Yeah.
What do you use to carry it around? Do
Wheelbarrow?
you put like a handle into it or something?
Wheelbarrow,
that would
maybe?
probably work, like a hook.
Yeah. Maybe that's what all those some of those guys are wearing fanny packs for.
Yeah, that could be.
Could be.
They're really called anal packs.
Anal packs. There you go.
Pack the anal. Jeez.
I'm glad the show is off to a rousing start.
Nice.
Hey, we're going to welcome Marq Torien from the BulletBoys. Dude, I remember seeing the BulletBoys back in the 80s when they were doing the big hair thing when Smooth Up Inya was... and he was the next David Lee Roth. Remember that?
Yeah, exactly. He looked like him, sounded like him.
Yeah, and actually he can still sing.
He can still sing, which
David
Lee
Roth
can.
I don't stand a chance, brother. But they've got a new album called Elefante, and it is kicking ass. I'm really digging it, dude. I love this album. We'll talk to Mark next hour. We've got news of the weird, news you can't use, and we want to welcome a brand new affiliate to the Revival, Rock Rage Radio.
And we're apologizing in advance.
Exactly. Oh, my. So we're going to kick the show off with one...
This will be not intelligent or informative
at all.
Or informative or entertaining.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll stay away from that.
We'll stay away from both those. So from one of the greatest metal albums of the 80s, here is Guns N' Roses from Appetite for Destruction. This is Night Train on Rock and Metal Revival.
You don't want to do the anal night train.
No,
because you will not come back from that.
There's Queensryche and Spreading the Disease from Operation Mindcrime on Rock and Metal Revival. You know, dude, the other night I threw in Operation Live Crime. I was actually at the filming of that, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember getting the VCR.
Yeah, the VHS tape.
VHS, yeah. I can't remember what the hell that was called. Damn tapes, but yeah. I remember getting that package, with everything, man. That was cool. I loved that album.
Yeah.
Great album.
Operation Mindcrime was a great album. Then even the Live Crime, was just fantastic. And then before that, right after that, they threw out Empire and became huge.
Yeah, mega huge.
I'm trying to remember. Suicidal Tendencies, I think, opened that show in Madison when I saw him.
Oh, that would have been all right.
It was a good show. And new Queensryche music coming a little later in the year. And we'll also get new music from Jeff Tate's version.
Called Operation
Mindcrime. And
we got a new track now. I just haven't had a chance to listen to it.
So maybe we'll put it on a little later in the show.
Maybe.
We can do that.
See. We could see.
All right. Well, hey, we really don't like to talk politics here.
No, we try to stay away
stay away from politics, religion, sexual preference, all that kind of stuff. But we have finally been able to lock up our first presidential candidate. We've got him on the phone.
No kidding?
Yep.
Really?
He's running for the president in 2016. And
he's registered where?
In
Iowa or something?
Yep.
Shit.
For the caucuses. And
cool.
I want to ask a question. I want to know what he plans to do. Or I want to know who is going to take care of getting us out of the war, the unemployment rate, the economy, legalizing marijuana, and Donald Trump's hairpiece.
Really?
Yeah, I want to know who's going to take care of that, sir. Can you tell me who is going to take care of these problems for the American people?
These nuts. Got him!
Now, did you see that, brother? A guy named D's Nuts.
D's Nuts.
Is running for president.
Okay.
I want a yard sign.
You need a yard sign?
I got to get a yard sign.
I'm voting for D's Nuts. Yeah. It's all about D's Nuts.
I'm telling you, you know what, man, is with all the goofy people, is there one sane person going to run?
I don't know. I don't think so. Freaking Trump guy, man, he is just saying some outrageous shit.
Well, and then you've got that idiot who's our governor.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just crazy stuff.
Moron.
That's all the political stuff we're going to go with.
Yeah, because we'd never play any music.
Yeah, we'd never play any music. We'd just sit here and bitch. So, hey, also coming out this later this year, I'd love to get this guy in Rock and Metal Revival. Wasp has a new album coming out this year.
Oh, no kidding.
A little later on, and we've always tried to get Blackie Lawless on the show, and have never had any luck.
Well, he's too respectable to come on us.
Yeah,
on our show. I don't blame him.
Yeah,
No.
we've never thrown meat at anybody.
Yeah, but you've thrown your meat around.
That's right.
But we've got video, but we won't show it.
We won't show that too.
No.
All right, from the CD, The Crimson Idol, CD1, this is Wasp. This song is called The Idol. I've always dug this tune on Rockin' Metal Revival. There's Bobaflex and Bury Me With My Guns On Rockin' Metal Revival. And, dude, you've had a chance to see them, haven't you?
Yeah, saw them a couple times.
They're a great live band, man.
They are.
And they've got a new album out, pretty much describes you and I.
Yeah.
Anything that moves.
Yeah. What do we do with anything that moves there, Red?
I'm not going to go there.
No?
But Marty McCoy is coming back on the show next week.
Is it
from
Marty?
Bobaflex. Yeah.
Marty or Sean?
I don't know, one of the two of them. One of the McCoy boys.
Yeah? Not one of the Hatfields?
Nope.
You
not
sure?
Positive.
You sure?
Positive.
Okay, just wanted to check.
We're going to have somebody from
We don't want to
Bobaflex
start
on.
any what was that, any feuds or anything.
Yeah, we don't want to start any
Get
feuds.
those going.
No, exactly. And so coming up next week, we'll have somebody from Bobaflex on the show. Look forward to that. Also, it's time for News of the Weird, and I'm telling you what, buddy, there is a ton of it going on.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to start out with a man who used a rattlesnake as a weapon has used bees before.
Nice. Well, at least he's creative.
An Arizona man suspected of entering a home uninvited and threatening to kill residents had an unwilling accomplice, a rattlesnake. He picked up somewhere in the wild. Nathaniel Harrison, 38, of Ossicle, Arizona, was collared on July 23rd after police say he entered a home, accused a man of being a rat who sent his friend to prison.
So he's going to feed him to a snake.
That's right. At some point during the altercation, Harrison broke a board over the 53-year-old victim's head and tried to get his rattlesnake to bite the victim.
Sick him.
Get him, boy.
Sick him.
Yeah.
Sick him, ratty.
I don't think you can train a rattlesnake. I don't know why.
No, I think it's just cobras.
Yeah, despite repeated efforts to get the snake to attack, nothing worked.
Damn.
Well, that's good news.
I threw meat on him and everything, and nothing.
And the snake is
Cover him with mice.
Yep, and the snake is going to be okay.
Oh, good. The snake's
All right.
okay?
Snake's
That's
okay.
all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Brazen bandit robs bank, takes a complimentary lollipop. The 8-year-old and you will totally understand this story.
Oh, yeah.
As police in
Florida. It's gotta be Florida. Yeah.
say a brazen bandit took a complimentary lollipop for the getaway when he robbed a bank in Palm Beach County, Florida. Nice. It said in a statement on their Facebook page. Authorities shared photo evidence of the alleged bank robbery, candy robbery. Jonathan Boston, 30, is seen in the surveillance tape, still reaching for a bouquet of sweets as the bank teller's desk. It remains unclear if he went for cherry, lemon, orange, or some other flavor.
Nice. But, at least, I guess they're really more pissed about him taking
the lollipops
than
he
the
is.
cash.
Yeah, but the
cash we can replace. Those lollipops. Those don't grow on trees, man.
That's right. You ever seen a lollipop tree?
Oh. Well, maybe they do. I don't know.
That could happen.
Maybe.
Couple caught having sex in phone booth. How is Kim?
Oh, she's doing good. She's doing good. Yeah, that phone booth stuff is tricky in this chair, but you got to get a bigger booth.
Do they even have phone booths anymore? I haven't seen one in years.
That's because this is in England.
Oh, that's right. It must have been a person-to-person call then.
Could have been very personal.
A British couple was recently photographed having sex in a phone booth in broad daylight.
That's why we don't have phone booths here anymore.
That's right. The picture went viral, and the couple, 30-year-old Gavin Wayne and 41-year-old Lisa Curley, gladly dished on their connection to the news agency. Wayne said the two both owned aquariums and were shopping for fish before taking a detour to buy some.
I smell fish. Hey, honey.
They're going to buy a little beer at the market, and hot day, and the booze must have got the better of us. We were past the phone booth, laughing and joking. I said to Lisa, "Fancy for a quickie?"
Fancy.
She went for it.
Nice. Yeah,
that's nice.
The kids got to see it.
There was a thing on Facebook, YouTube the other day about 3 people having a threesome at the Cheyenne, Wyoming day.
Oh, yeah. It's a rodeo or something.
And then they interviewed the girl afterwards. She says, "I'm not embarrassed. I actually had a good time." Well, good for you.
They couldn't interview her during it, though, because her mouth was full. It's not polite. Not polite to talk like that.
That is.
Sorry.
Oh.
I can't believe I went there. Sorry.
All right. Man caught having sex with a bush. Now, I thought that wasn't popular anymore.
Was it Jeb?
I thought nobody had bush anymore.
Oh, it was Jeb, wasn't it? Or
This
was
is
it
what
W?
happens when you elect a Bush for sex.
Oh,
A Connecticut man is suspecting of getting freaky nasty with the foliage in his yard, according to the Connecticut Post. Get this. Wallaceburg, 81, was completely naked Monday in his Stratford yard when a neighbor witnessed him allegedly humping a bush.
81?
Yeah, probably reminded him his ex-wife.
Yeah.
His past wife.
It was like a full,
It was a full
70s bush.
70s porno bush. When the neighbor confronted him, as anyone would do upon seeing a strange naked man sexing his shrubbery, Berg reportedly stopped the indecent behavior, covered himself with a grill cover, apologized to him, and then went in the house. Finish off the job. Sex with an inanimate object has almost become an American pastime, according to the Huffington Post. Dozens of men have been taking joy rides with bicycles, gotten raunchy with rafts, and hellbound with helicopters.
And alcohol's never been
No,
involved. Well, the
You know,
81-year-old dude, he's probably just
You know what probably happened?
dementia and,
He thought he was taking his blood pressure medicine. He took a Viagra.
and he's
And
like, what do I do
What do
with
I do with this thing?
It's almost 4 hours. I gotta get rid of this.
Yeah. I ain't calling the
let me
doctor.
go rub
Let me
this-
go rub one off.
Damn, just rub that whole thing
All right.
off.
And guys attempt to take rattlesnake selfie ends with a $153,000 bill. San Diego man,
So it wasn't the guy who tried to rob the dude.
no, of himself lying in a hospital bed after he tried to take a selfie with a rattlesnake. The bill for services rendered to Todd Fisher on July 7th comes to a whopping $153,161.25, as tweeted by KGTV. As the Washington Post, a large expense listed on the itemized bill is $83,341 per pharmacy. That's because Fosler's treatment depleted the anti-venom supply at 2 local hospitals.
Damn. How did he pick it up or did he lay down with it?
I don't.
Did he try to use it for his selfie stick? I
just-
want to see that picture of the snake. What's
I'm
the
just
snake?
telling you right now.
Seen the picture
Snakes
of his
are
arm.
not your friend.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to leave that.
Don't.
Mess with
Yeah,
snakes.
yeah.
I'll tell you, when the V gets here to do her shows,
Yeah.
if she's got a snake, she's staying with you, partner.
Yeah. Okay.
All
I
right.
don't think she travels with snakes, though,
No,
luckily.
she just hangs out with a pair.
Yeah.
You and me. All right, speaking of the V, her new album has landed in stores. Go out and actually buy it from VeronicaFreeman.com. That helps out the V a lot.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
she's wanted me to tell our listeners that the first round of Kickstarter stuff went in the mail early this week, and the second stuff went out yesterday. So be expecting your lovely packages from the V. Did you see the V panties?
Oh,
I wanna know-
I didn't see the panties. I
she's
saw
got
the bras.
She got bras and panties now.
Oh, nice.
She needs to talk to us.
Oh, I'm telling you.
All right, so here, speaking of the V, why don't we play one off her new album? It's called Now or Never. Pick it up, support the V. This one's called Kiss My Lips.
And we have no idea
Now,
what
she
she's
meant
talking
by that,
about.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask her sometime. Here's the V on Rock and Metal Revival.
Here's your latest hard rock and metal news on Rock and Metal Revival.
All right, metalheads, it's time for another edition of Talking Real Metal, news you can't use. So gather the kids around the stereo speakers, put their heads up against it, and make them listen. Pull up your pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Pull up your pants. Nobody
right.
wants to see your underwear.
Yeah.
God dang it.
Mayhem Festival co-founder John Reese says to the metal community, it is vitally important that we all unite and not divide.
Yeah.
That is, I can see that, man. As metalheads, we got to stick together.
Yeah, well, we usually do.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, but
Yeah.
he's the one who said they're getting fat, old, and gray.
Yeah.
All the rockers from back in the day or whatever.
And that's why he's got Slayer as the headliner of his tour.
Yeah.
So, Slayer's Tom Araya was apprehensive about how Repentless album was going to come together. I like the first 2 tunes we've heard from
Yeah.
that.
I like what I've
Yeah.
heard so far.
Chris Broderick on his decision to leave Megadeth, I was constantly weighing the positives against the negatives. I bet you playing with Dave Mustaine, there's a lot of negatives at times.
Yeah, because he seems to be pretty bossy.
But I think he's mellowing out now. I mean, he's been a lot cooler over the last 5-6 years.
Have you ever seen any video of Broderick playing classical stuff?
Yeah, he's
Holy
amazing.
cow! Wow, yeah, and to be pigeonholed into
Well, look at
Megadeth,
Marty Friedman.
Yeah,
There's
but-
another guy.
Exactly. So
Anthrax drummer on the new material says it is definitely metal. I mean, Anthrax really never given us anything but metal except the stuff that they...
We weren't expecting disco.
No, exactly.
No, or country. If they went country, then that's the end of the world. We're
exactly.
done. We're done for it.
Kerry King on low attendance for Mayhem Festival. People are passing on the party because the bill is so shitty. Well, I tell you what, he's got a lot to say on this thing.
He is.
You know what? If he didn't like it, why did he go out?
Yeah, well, money. They're getting.
Yeah,
they're still getting
theirs.
They're still getting paid. So it doesn't matter how many people are in the audience. You're still getting paid.
This one's classic. Juror in Aurora Theater Massacre wears a Metallica T-shirt featuring the image of the electric chair from Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, so
nice.
funny. Nice.
Stick together, metalheads.
Yeah.
Whitesnake's ex-Night Ranger guitarist Joel Hoekstra has released Joe Hoekstra 13 debut Dying to Live.
Yeah, he's got Jeff Scott Soto singing.
Yeah.
And Russell Allen and I think Tony Franklin on bass or something. He's a great guitar player. Oh, jeez, yeah. The dude, he took over for Jeff Watson in Night Ranger doing that 8-finger freaking tapping stuff, man. Crazy.
You know, one of the coolest men on the planet's got to be Dave Grohl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anybody who breaks their leg falling off a stage and completes the show.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's the man.
Up there.
Dave Grohl's broken leg rehab. They caught him air drumming to Led Zeppelin on the stage.
Nice.
You can put a guitar in his hand, but you can't take it to the drummer out of Dave Grohl.
Well, I've got a set of air drums right here. You know, I always play them before our show.
Yeah, but you've got air drums, but a real cowbell.
Yeah,
I
do.
That's the scary thing.
I do. That's the best part right there.
We got to get a hold of our buddy Anthony Esposito. We got to find out what the deal with this is. New Red Dragon Cartel frontman Sean Crosby doesn't know if he will be the band's permanent singer.
Dude, nobody
knows. Does. It's like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I listened to a couple of video things, and they showed him trying to sing Ray Gillen stuff. Man,
nobody sings Ray Gillen but Ray Gillen.
Yeah, it's hard, but he did better than the other dude. The dude we saw him with.
Oh, really? The first singer? Yeah, really?
He did better than.
Okay, cool. Here's a band I'm not a big fan of, but it's good to see him back. Disturbed singer David Draymond says he has written 95% of the songs while high. So and you might...
now I've got more respect for the guy. I might have to go start listening to some Disturbed. I kind of pushed him to the side because I didn't like the waka waka waka. But now I know where it came from. He's stoned. How do you not?
Metallica immortalized...
What does this song need?
Waka waka waka. Metallica immortalized in new comic book. We'll be looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Judas Priest, Rob Halford, I'm in this to make quality music that's going to stick. And you know what? Besides the Nostradamus CD...
Yeah, that one was
a little strange, but otherwise...
I think they should have just not went to a double album with that and just kept it to a single.
Because there are some good tracks in it.
Yeah. But there's too much in-between stuff,
Scott Weiland, the drug culture of rock and roll isn't quite so prevalent as it was in the 1990s. Well,
it is with you around, you freaking smackhead. Jesus Christ. Can't keep a needle out of your arm, you dumbass.
That's crazy. Operation Mindcrimes, Jeff Tate says Reinventing the Future has a new video premiere coming out, and we've got the copy of that song, don't we?
Yeah, we got the song.
And Queensrÿche performs new song Arrow of Time in Germany to stories coming back to back.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing both of those.
DJ Ashba officially quits Guns N' Roses. Well, why don't you dig out...
There is no Guns N' Roses.
Not without Slash and Duff.
It's Axl.
Yeah.
And it might as well be called Asshole. You know?
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, why don't you dig out that Jeff Tate?
Okay.
Let's play that.
Dig it out. And where's my shovel?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's cowbell.
That's your cowbell.
I can use that. That's a multi-tool. You can use it for anything. You can open cans.
All right. So let me see here. Why don't we dig that out? We'll play that. And coming up next hour, we'll talk to Marq Torien from the BulletBoys. All that and a whole lot more. Where can you get this much fun for free?
Free?
Yeah.
This is free?
Yeah.
Oh,
we ain't getting paid, dude.
No commercials either. We're commercial free.
That's right.
Wow.
So here's a brand new Operation Mindcrime on Rock and Metal Revival.
That's probably why we don't get any checks, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Now I got it figured out.
Don't tell my old lady we're not getting paid.
Oh, okay.
This portion of Rock and Metal Revival is brought to you by...
I did it. I just jerked it completely off. I did it all by myself with this hand right here. I grabbed my bilbul like I was strangling a bird, and I smacked it and I smacked it, and I gave it a flick, and out came my own Labyrinth. Zoe, you have changed my life. Give a man a vagina, and he will speak for a day. Teach a man how to use his hand as a vagina, and he will speak for a lifetime.
From the CD New American Dream, there are Saints of Rebellion and 30 and a Fifth. And, dude, it takes me back to last year when, for a while, it was a little slow music-wise, and that CD hit the...
Came out and kicked you right in the nuts.
Yeah, wow.
Right in the nuts.
Right in the D's nuts.
D's nuts.
I really hope that they come out with something new real soon.
Yeah, you went and saw them, didn't you?
Yeah, I went and saw them. Then they hosted the show back here in January.
Yeah, they did a good job.
And
played some great tunes.
I talked to Phil from Wayland, and they're going to have a new single out called Bloody Sunrise that we should be hearing.
Must be a love song.
Yeah, it is. And
about a woman on her period.
Oh, that's disgusting, dude.
I didn't go there.
Oh, you did.
No.
But hopefully they'll be playing my birthday party again this year. So
hopefully you have it somewhere else where it's you can fit more people.
I don't want more people.
That place was packed, dude.
Yeah.
I was like a sardine, man. Couldn't move.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it will happen January 16th. So. Looking forward to that. And, boy, this new BulletBoys CD, Elefante.
Yeah.
I'm really digging it. I really haven't
some good stuff on
paid a lot
man.
of attention to the BulletBoys for a long time. And when it got sent to us, I thought, what the hell? I'll give it a listen.
Yeah.
And really digging it, man.
Yeah.
Marq Torien, it sounds like him and the band been together 6 years, getting their shit back together. And I'll tell you what, digging it a lot.
Cool.
So let's play one off there. This is the first single. It's called Rollover. The album's called Elefante. Here are the BulletBoys on Rockin' Metal Revival. There's brand new music from the BulletBoys. It's called Roll Over on Rockin' Metal Revival. And, dude, I can remember back in about 88, 89, I was at Alpine Valley. Big show, remember the big patio shows? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the opening band was Hot Girls. And, the BulletBoys were opening the show, and they are still kicking ass.
Nice to hear.
All these years later, we want to welcome back, welcome to the show for the first time, BulletBoys lead singer Marq Torien. How you doing, bud?
Good, man. Thank you for having me. Yay! You guys are awesome. Cheers to you guys.
Well, Mark, we know that you got to be busier than hell right now. I mean, you've got a brand new album out, Elefante, and you're out on the road.
Yes, sir. Listen, I am so busy. I'm blessed to be busy. You guys.
Exactly.
We're out here right now. I'm actually sitting right next to Keith St. John from LA Guns. We're in the back of the bus, chilling, and I got to tell you, I'm speechless for what's happening with the unbelievable accolades we're getting for Elefante, and I mean that very sincerely. Shout out to everybody that's listening today, and thank you guys I thank you everybody for being so bloody supportive. I can't tell you that the accolades that we're receiving, not to be redundant, but it's freaking all of us out. We're ecstatic.
That's cool.
We are since we got Elefante, we've been listening to it and we're loving it. It's true BulletBoys. It's real rock and roll. I mean, you guys are just killing it on this release. I mean, the band's been together for now 6 years, Mark. I mean, have you found a cohesive group that you think this is it? This is the BulletBoys?
Oh, absolutely. We are definitely the BulletBoys. We've worked diligently and took pretty big risks for a band from our genre on this body of work. I just felt that it was time to write something from top to bottom that you would much rather pick up the whole body of work than pick up one or two songs. Mm-hmm. No one's really trying to do anything like that, you guys, right now for my supposed genre. We don't live in the past. We live in the now for the future. And it was time to do something that was taking risks musically and painting with broad strokes rather than just trying to meet the standard of what people think is the standard,
Well, Mark, do you ever find yourself, do you feel like sometimes you get pigeonholed into that genre?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, does it bother you?
Yes, it does. And I'll tell you why. And it's not out of anger or anything that is foreboding. It is more of why are so many of the bands from the 90s and the 2000s able to reinvent themselves constantly, but bands of our supposed genre aren't really allowed that same type of open-mindedness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. I totally get it.
And, listen, for all intents and purposes, I was very blessed to write Smooth Up and a lot of our big hits that sold us millions of records. But I personally don't want to be known as the Smooth Up guy for the rest of my life. It was something that I did, and to be trying to reinvent the same record and reinvent those particular songs, I've never been about that. As you know, BulletBoys, we've never had one record that sounded the same. It's all, of course, cohesive, and it all has the sound of the BulletBoys. But it's never been, we're going to go and try to do this, or we're going to go do this. It's never been that. So, I mean, there's so many brand new, amazing bands that I just love and revere that I want to be able and have, hopefully, that opportunity to play with some of the bands of now. I mean, we were just talking right now. We just got a shout-out from Rival Sons on our record, and I love the Rival Sons.
Oh, yeah, great band.
I love Probot. I go to see these bands and, perform, and I'm very, very supportive of new music that pays homage to rock and roll, punk rock music, and, that type of, and metal. So to have these type of bands that are listening to your new joint and to get their thumbs up, I just had an interview a while ago, to get a friend of mine like Tommy Lee to send you an email just blowing up and loving your record is like, oh my God, it's just like unbelievable. You're just like, wow, you're speechless because you're going like, wow, we're moving our friends with our music, and they're feeling not only the joyous feeling of the record, but also the pain and suffering that I've been through in my personal life to put this body of work together.
This album is I was talking about that show that we were back in late 80s, early 90s, or, at Alpine Valley. And I was, I had a buddy of mine that was with me at that show that day, and I said, dude, you got to listen to this new BulletBoys album. And he goes, oh, yeah, that's the guy that does Smooth Up. And he listened to the album. He went out and bought it right away. So somewhere in there, don't you feel like, the past has got to help you get to where you're at right now?
No, absolutely. But you know what, you guys? If we dwell in the past, we die in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're constantly looking in the rearview mirror, we're never looking through the front windshield, and you're never going to be able to get from point A to point B. What it was is that we decided as a team that we needed to put together a great team. That means great publicists, great company that will promote for records, a great label. That's a boutique label that has the heart and love and soul of music still, and is not listening to the naysayers and the hate mongers and the bulliers.
Yeah.
That they're listening to the music, and they're not listening to it with a tin ear, but they're listening to with an ear that's open and a heart that's open. And I'm sorry I speak the way I speak, but I'm trying to paint pictures for you guys of the way how things have, the process that we've been through. It took 2.5 years, but it was 2.5 years of a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
Of working with, we were actually working with this one label, and they became defunct. And then there was issues with that, and the time to come into the studio, and there's all these little things. And I mean, it doesn't sound like you're like going, oh, well, that's not too monumental, but on the grand scheme of things, when you don't have the finances that some of these great artists have, it becomes way more difficult, and you have to hustle and think out of the box.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we did. I mean, I did not want it to be released until we, as individuals, actually myself, Nick Blas, Chad McDonald, and Sean Duncan, were extremely happy with with the music that I wrote and that we created together. That we were happy with it, like we were really happy with it, whether it ever came out. So once we got to that place, we were just like, that's just all I can do. It's time for it to come out now.
Well, I give you a lot of props for coming out with new music, because a lot of bands from back in the late 80s and 90s and stuff are just living on their laurels of what they've done in the past.
They are living off their old laurels.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
you know what I think it is, though, bro? I think there's a fear factor.
Yeah, exactly.
With musicians. You know, we're all so volatile, and just, you know, like myself, I'm, you know, regardless of what I've been doing, I'm still shy musically, and you're still, sometimes you have that fear of, oh, people are going to, you know, maybe they're not going to like this, and you throw away a song, but no, that's not going to, you know, that's way too out of the box, or, you know, you start thinking like that as an artist, and I try not to do that at all this time. I just said, I'm going to put my whole life out there, and I'm going to be honest with my lyrics, and be honest with my heart, and be honest with, my fans, friends, and family, I encompass into one body. So our fans are our family, our friends are our fans, our families are family. It's all family, you know.
Yeah.
We take the Leonard Skinner approach to things, and we have our whole careers, and you know that's why I'm on the phone with you guys right now. That you actually took the time to listen to this little band called the BulletBoys out of Southern California, from a genre that's way past, and that we're getting the second comeuppance and second life in our careers is just uncanny.
That's very cool. And
sure.
One big question I got for you, Mark, is now your career has spanned quite a few years. How are the new songs working out with the songs from the past in the live set?
Oh, perfect. Like we were just doing it last night, we're actually doing 4 to 5 songs from the new record, and with our other hits from the past, but they work in congruence with each other. It's really bizarre. You know,
Nice.
you're going like, wow, this is great. But you know, when we start playing this new stuff, because last night I said, you might have heard this song on the radio, and we went into rollover, and then everybody stood up because they heard it on the radio.
Nice.
It's like, you know, this song you single, and you know, so it's doing some damage out there, and we're getting ready to release our first video, you guys, in almost 22 years.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So ridiculous, right? So I'm ecstatic about it. We had a huge opportunity to shoot a video in Los Angeles here with a really good friend of mine who is a stalwart person that works on The Voice and American Idol, and he came and directed the video. Mr. Diego Negretti has great vision, very punk rock in his life, and the way he lives his life, and the way he does things, very rock and roll, and he was a perfect guy for it. You know, he just had this thing of, I tell him, this is what I want to do. He says, great. What if we had this with this? And it's like, wow, that's exactly what I was going to tell you next. So we're editing in the editing process right now, and I think we got some stuff, man. So I'm really, really anxious to get this out there to everybody and for everybody to see it.
Well, it's one thing I'll tell you what is that I'm looking forward to is seeing you out on the road. Now, are you out just by yourself? Or are you going to be in a package tour, or what's the tour plans?
We're out right now, you guys, on the Armed Alliance tour. It's BulletBoys, LA Guns, Tracy Guns, nice. And Rudy Sarzo. And I brought on a band called the Killer Bee from Europe with Paul Chapman from UFO playing guitar.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So it's a night of real music, real songs, real singing.
Wow.
I know.
That's something different.
I don't say that. I don't say that. Try to be mean, but man, we're the days of the real singers and cats that can still sing are they're very waning these days. So I'm very blessed that I can still sing like the first record, and the cats out here that are singing, they're great singers, and everybody's out here kicking ass. And we put our first show in Tucson last night, and it was off the hook. So we're really looking forward to it. We have 5 shows already that are sold out, which is unheard of. The fact that we're even on this beautiful, brand new Prevost bus that we're with is unheard of, bro. We've been doing tours for the past 10 years in vans, cars, planes, RVs. This is the first time that I've been, headlining on a beautiful bus and having all our friends here on this. It's such a blessing. Today when I wake up and there's Keith and Tracy and Rudy and everybody's having coffee, it's just like It's so rad, dude. I can't even tell you.
Well, we hope that tour gets up here to the Midwest because I know that brother sitting next to you, Keith St. John, can really bring it.
Oh, yeah, Keith's sitting next to me. Hold on. Say hi, Keith. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Keith, it's Red and Jerry.
They love you. Keith can really sing. But, yeah, this bloke can really do it.
So is that the Gunzo? Are they doing the Gunzo?
Yeah, Gunzo.
Gunzo, yeah. I'm looking forward to hear that.
Gunzo? Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, when are you getting up to the Midwest,
cool,
man?
I'm sorry?
When are you guys bringing it up to the Midwest, to the Wisconsin area?
When are we in the Midwest, Keith? We're in Wisconsin, too, right? I'd say the next week, like in about a week.
Really?
Oh, no shit.
We're out here for almost a month, and then we're getting ready to go on. We're doing a second leg, and then we're doing a third leg, and then we're going to Europe in November, all through Europe. So we're booking that right now as we speak. And we're just going to keep on keeping on, man. We've got some shows with some really, really huge artists. I can't mention their names right now because they would get very mad at me.
we hope to see it.
Yeah, for sure. Now, are there any songs?
Yeah, man.
Are there any songs on the new album you think could have benefited from cowbell? Because I'm thinking like Superhuman Girl could have used some cowbell.
Superhuman Girl. You know, right now, we're like almost number one in all the strip clubs with Superhuman Girl throughout the country.
Nice.
If you can believe it or not, it's crazy.
Well, we'll go out and check it out.
Yeah, it's all about the vision of an empowered woman.
Nice.
That can take you down.
Nice.
That she has the power, sex, and money, honey, because that's all she needs, because that's what she bleeds.
Yeah.
So look out.
Well, hey, Mark, now if people want to keep up with the BulletBoys and where you guys are going on tour and where they can buy this great album, you want to give everybody the lowdown?
Yes, definitely. You can we're on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on Twitter constantly. We are on Snapchat. Our Facebook, our website is www.bulletboysofficial.com. You can constantly monitor us through there. We're actually going to be out here doing little bits of film and posting it on our site to let people into our world, into the bus, where I sleep, what we do, having coffee in the morning, how we sit around and, write the different things of how a tour is actually constructed and, what we do to bring the big circus to everybody.
Cool.
Outstanding. And then the record is available at all your regular outlets?
Yes, it's available everywhere. Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, every outlet that you could think of, it is out there. We are with Cleopatra Records /Deadline. You can also go to www.cleopatrarecords.com and catch up with us. You can order any of our records from there. And also at our website, www.bulletboysofficial.com, you can get them there too. Also, for everybody that's coming out to the shows, we have a Walmart of merch, Bullet Boys merch out here. So please come on out. We've got a lot of great stuff for you guys. We're doing a lot of meet and greets, and we're also doing special bus meet and greets on certain days of the week where we have people come in and are able to spend a little time on our bus and to get a little meet and greet bag and to say hello to everybody and take a couple photos so we can get closer to our fans.
That's outstanding. Well, I tell you what,
Thank you.
We love this new album right now.
Oh, thank you so much.
A top 10 release for 2014, and we're going to play a
2015.
Yeah, 2015, I should say.
And we're into 2016, you guys know how we roll. We're going to roll hard.
So we're gonna
all the way into the next year on this record.
We're gonna play Symphony off this new album, Elefante.
Oh, yeah.
It is in your stores. Mark, you want to tell us a little bit about that one?
Possibly our next single.
Okay.
Possibly.
Nice.
All right.
So a lot of people are, what's really great. We're getting the not from my mouth, but from all these. I've done almost 30 interviews. It's been insane, and I'm so blessed for it. And they're saying that it reminds me of a mini Appetite for Destruction, because everybody has their favorite songs on the record. So there's no fillers on this record. I worked diligently as a writer to make sure that wasn't going to happen on this record. So yeah, we don't know what the second single may be, so we're tossing stuff around. But a lot of people have been gravitating to the Superman feeling of Symphony. That we can still be people from the island of the misfit toys, but at some point that we'll have our comeuppance too, and that we're all in this together, man, and just hold on, hang tight with all your might.
All right, Mark, thank you for coming on Rockin' Metal Revival. My brother, you are welcome back anytime.
Oh, my gosh. Listen, thank you guys for having me, and I mean that, and I really mean that, you guys. I really effing mean that. I've been doing this for a minute, and for you guys and for us as humans, time is very important to us, and for you taking the time to have a chat with me and listening to this new body of work means everything to our organization. So thank you.
There's HSAS from their CD Through the Fire. It's called Top of the Rock on Rockin' Metal Revival. Doing that CD.
That's like what a snake says.
Yeah, we talked a lot about snakes on the show.
The rattlesnakes.
Yeah.
Don't take selfies with them.
No. Or use them.
They don't like it.
Or use them as an accomplice in a robbery.
Yeah, because they're straight up. They don't like to do that kind of stuff.
We got to quit talking about snakes, dude. We're starting to inform people.
I know. Hey, don't take any of this as informative.
Yeah, exactly. But have you ever listened to that whole album?
Which one?
HSAS?
No, I don't think so.
You should dig it out and take it.
I know it's got some great musicians on it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Kenny Aronson and Michael Shreve and Neil Sean, Sammy Hagar. Yeah. It's a great album, and it's too bad that that split up as quick as it did.
Man, but nowadays there are just so many freaking pop-up bands with band members from this guy, this band, that band, all getting together, putting out an album, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then getting together with other guys, putting out an album, that's it.
Honestly, as long as it's good music, I don't care.
Yeah. At least we're getting something.
Exactly.
At least they're doing something.
True.
Instead of working at Jiffy Lube and shit like that.
Where we're going to end up working the way the things are working out for us today. We want to thank Marq Torien for coming on the show.
You want me to check the air tire pressure too while we're at it?
Yeah. We'll, we want to thank him for coming on. BulletBoys, Elefante. Check it out. Go get yourself a copy. Don't steal music. Buy it.
Yeah, and don't shoot elephants for their tusks. It's not cool.
Or lions. Don't even get me on that topic.
Oh, I know. That's some shit there. That's just retarded.
All right.
Take a picture. It lasts longer.
Exactly.
God.
It doesn't make you any more macho or cooler.
No, it will not make your dick harder or longer
or more
bigger,
attractive to women.
Or anything like that. So stop shooting freaking wild animals.
That's enough of that. All right, so next week we'll have Marty McCoy.
Or Sean McCoy. We'll have a McCoy. Are you sure?
No, I'm looking right now. I'm looking right now at the email. It's Marty McCoy.
Oh, okay.
So
it's not Marty McFly.
No, we're not going back to the future.
No,
but we'll have somebody from Boboflex on next week. They've got a new album called Anything That Moves, and we look forward to that.
Find out what that means.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so until next week.
What? Are we done?
Don't drink and drive. We're done.
We're gonna smoke and fly.
Exactly.
Nice.
Peace.
Fired up.
This brings to an end another edition of Rockin' Metal Revival. If you enjoyed it, tell a friend. If you didn't, tell two. Until next time, this is Rockin' Metal Revival.
I said, who wants to fucking touch me?
To catch the whole show of Rockin' Metal Revival, all you have to do is check it out on these affiliates. Mega Rock Radios on Saturdays from 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and on Uncontrolled Noise Tuesdays at 1 a.m., Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on UncontrolledNoise.com. And make sure that you leave them a message and tell them that you found Rockin' Metal Revival on their stations. Enjoy this edition of Rockin' Metal Revival.